Hi friends, welcome to Ivy's Fortress. I'm Ashanti, your reading friend, and we have Good Night Thoughts today by Max Greenfield and illustrated by James Serafino. I'm really excited to read this book. I haven't seen it in a while. I remember purchasing it and not reading it or talking about it. It just kind of went over our shelves and we went on about our lives. So I'm excited to read it because it's super colorful. The illustrations are what attracted me to this book. So without further ado, let's see what we're reading. I'm never going to fall asleep. What do you do when it's time for bed, but your busy mind just won't quiet down? How is anyone supposed to sleep when thoughts of giant robot sharks, pirate ships made of toast, and singing chocolate donuts are all you can think about? Will you ever be able to relax? From the author of I Don't Want to Read This Book and the illustrator of This Little Piggy comes a reassuring story for anyone who finds that nighttime is when their brain is the noisiest. Now, I've always found that my brain is noisiest in the morning time. But however, I have a child, my dear Ivy, whose brain seems to be very noisy at night. So I am really looking forward to figuring out the tips to get us through these noisy nights of the brain's adventures. Good night thoughts. I'm never going to fall asleep. My brain is too noisy. My thoughts are too jumpy, and every time I close my eyes, I'm afraid of all the scary stuff I see. Sometimes I see myself being chased by giant robot sharks. Other times I can see my toilet bowl overflowing with tarantulas. One time I even saw a dentist. How am I supposed to relax if all I can think about are robot sharks or tarantula toilets or the dentist? This one time I tried to fall asleep and saw the whole entire world pop into a piece of popcorn. Terrifying. Another time, I thought about my very best friend sailing off to sea on a pirate ship made of toast. That actually sounds delicious. And just the other night, wait, that would be a nightmare for me because I'm gluten-free. Oh, and gluten-free toast tastes terrible, in my opinion. And just the other night, as soon as I closed my eyes, I fell off a cloud. But instead of falling down, I flew straight up toward the sun. It was the most scared I've ever been in my life because everything got so bright, I couldn't see anything at all. How am I ever going to fall asleep knowing that the world might pop like popcorn, or that my friend might sail away with pirates, or that I may fall from a cloud straight up toward the sun? I wish these thoughts would stop bouncing around inside my head. Sometimes I try to have happy thoughts. I close my eyes really, really tight. I try to imagine a baby panda opening its arms and giving me a hug. Other times I'll think about a choir of candy-covered donuts all singing my favorite songs. And if I really can't fall asleep, if it feels like my brain won't ever calm down, I try to think about all the people who love me holding hands and wearing every piece of clothing that they own. That's cute. I try and I try and I try to think of baby pandas and singing donuts and everyone who loves me. But no matter how hard I try, I still can't fall asleep. But then I close my eyes again. I remember that my brain can be noisy and that my thoughts are sometimes jumpy. And then I remember that all that noise and all those thoughts are just in my head. I'm not being eaten by Robot Shark. My toilet isn't overflowing with tarantulas, and thank goodness there isn't a dentist in sight. As far as I can tell, the world hasn't popped into a piece of popcorn. My best friend is still here, and I'm not falling from a cloud. Right now, everything is okay. And so am I. Good night, thoughts. Good night. Chef's kiss. Deluxe. I don't even know if that's a word. Delicious toast. That is a pirate ship. Don't we love it? Now let's learn a little bit about our author and illustrator. Max Greenfield is a New York-born actor who is best known for his role as Schmidt in New Girl and Dave Johnson in The Neighborhood. He is the author of I Don't Want to Read This Book. This book is not a present, and I don't want to read this book aloud. You can find him on Instagram at I am Max Greenfield. James Serafino is a children's book author illustrator who studied illustration and storytelling at the School of Visual Arts in New York City. He currently lives in a small town with his family and daydreams. You can also follow him on Instagram at James Illustrated. Wow. I hope this book got you through another opportunity to learn tips and tricks of how to say goodnight to your thoughts. And that crazy mind of yours, or mine, if it seems to be up at night, I do go to sleep very quickly. I will have plenty of ways to calm down the toasty pirate ships and the spider-filled toilets, and yeah, it'll all be great. That's all I have for you folks. I'll catch you next time. Bye!
We truly enjoy sharing our adventures with you here at Ivy's Fortress. If you do too, like our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, what are you doing? It is your choice, but we'll race you there. Bye!